Once, in the sprawling, sun-drenched vineyards of Napa Valley, California, lived an old man named Ilara. He wasn't a wealthy vintner, but a simple, weathered farmhand who had spent his life among the rows of Zinfandel and Cabernet Franc. Ilara carried a secret, a dream he'd nurtured since he first stepped onto American soil decades ago. A dream that seemed impossibly grand for a man who only owned the dirt beneath his worn boots. To create a single bottle of wine so perfect, so balanced, that it would be celebrated as the embodiment of the American spirit of ingenuity and relentless quality. A vintage that would speak not just of the soil, but of the soul. He knew this was a land of big ambitions, but his own had been quietly fermenting in the background of his humble life. Every year, Ilara would select a few forgotten, struggling vines, the ones the main vineyard had deemed too weak or too oddly placed to contribute to the commercial yield, and he would tend to them with a devotion that bordered on obsession, pouring all his meager savings into organic supplements, specialized pruning shears, and a small temperature-controlled barrel he'd built himself in a dilapidated shed. His colleagues would tease him gently, calling his project Ilara's Folly, a sentimental pursuit with no profit, but Ilara would only smile, his eyes fixed on the distant golden hills. He understood that America wasn't just about the massive scale of the established order. It was fundamentally about the potential of the overlooked, the beauty of the underdog, and the freedom to pursue excellence outside the mainstream. One sweltering summer, as the harvest neared, a severe drought struck, devastating the valley. The big vineyards panicked, rushing to pull in subpar grapes, worried about their bottom lines. But Ilara's forgotten vines, the ones he had nurtured through years of hardship, had developed deep, tenacious root systems, drawing sustenance from reserves the others couldn't reach, a metaphor for the enduring strength found in persistent preparation and faith. His grapes, though few, were radiant, deeply concentrated, holding the essence of the drought-stricken earth and the fighting spirit of the resilient roots. He crushed them meticulously, his hands moving with the practiced grace of a lifetime's work, and the resulting must was dark and intensely fragrant. For the next 3 years, while the rest of the industry focused on damage control and quick turnaround, Ilara guarded his single barrel, checking it daily, listening to the subtle whispers of its transformation, turning the act of waiting into an active form of creative contribution. Finally, the day came to bottle his creation. He labeled it simply the Tenacity. He didn't submit it to any major competition. Instead, he gifted the first bottle to the young, ambitious sommelier who had once shown him kindness, a woman who owned a small, respected restaurant in San Francisco and knew instinctively that true greatness often comes unannounced. She was skeptical at first, seeing the simple, unlabeled bottle from the old farmhand, but curiosity and respect for Ilara made her open it. The moment she tasted it, a wave of profound flavor, complexity, and sheer power washed over her, a taste that was simultaneously deeply rooted and soaringly expressive. It was unlike anything she had ever encountered, possessing a character that was humble yet undeniably world-class, a blend of grit and unexpected grace. Word spread not through marketing or industry buzz, but by the quiet power of undeniable quality, a ripple effect starting with a single sip. Food critics flew in, not for the restaurant's menu, but for a chance to taste the Tenacity. The story of Ilara, the farmhand who used the forgotten vines to create a masterpiece, became an instant legend, not because he became rich, for he remained a simple man who loved the soil, but because his single bottle proved that the American dream is not about the size of the operation, but about the purity of the pursuit. The deep-seated belief that from the most unlikely places, with singular focus and unrelenting dedication, the most extraordinary results can be born. His wine became a reminder to everyone, from the titans of industry to the quiet dreamer, that true excellence requires patience, a deep connection to your chosen craft, and the courage to find value where others see only weakness, demonstrating that in this land of opportunity, the greatest successes are often cultivated in the most unexpected and individually nurtured corners, a testament to the power of one person's unwavering vision.